Hi guys, my name is Ygnacio. I am one of the chefs here at Zeppelin. All my friends here call me Chef Iggy. So today I've been cooking for 5 years in and out of the restaurant industry, serving, bussing, dishwashing, and I found my passion in cooking. It's like a family tradition, so it's been passed down. I absolutely love it. And today, for you guys, we'll be learning how to break down a whole chicken. Make a basic mirepoix with some celery, carrots, and onions. Make some roasted beets with orange and red onion salad. And then we'll be roasting off the chicken breast. The oven and then basting with some butter. Best chicken you've ever had. All right, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our beets, put them in a bowl or any receptacle, and we're going to take our oil, a little sauteing oil or vegetable oil. Just give them a nice little coating. Toss them around. Next, we're going to add some good fair amount of salt and some pepper. The reason why you want to oversalt these is because we're going to be taking the skins off, and when you take the skin off, it's going to take away that excess salt, so all the flavors can be embedded in the beets. So if you go too light, you're not going to get the flavor. All right. I have my cooking pan with the rims. Just toss them in here. And next we're going to put it into the oven at 450 for 45 minutes. So next, now that that's done, I have a pot over here with about 4 or 5 quarts of water. This is what we're going to be using to make our chicken stock. So with that, the pot's all nice and filled up. We're going to take our onions, carrots, and celery. So with the type of chicken stock you're going to make, it's a long cooking chicken stock. Traditionally, you want to cook chicken stock for about 4 hours. That allows the collagen inside the chicken to break down and release the bones and the fat. It gives it a nice flavor, all like the thickness from it. But if you do it too quickly and have it like a high temperature, it emulsifies all the fats and oils, which is what we don't want. So with that 4-hour cooking time, it is totally fine to take more vegetables and just leave them as pretty large chops. So we just quarter our white onions, cut off the tips, discard these, and put these into the pot. Perfect. Next, we're going to take our carrot, cut off the end and the tip, and then just do a nice rough chop of this. Cut that one up a little bit more. Into the pot you go. Next, our celery, our 2 ribs of celery. Same concept, large cuts. Because with how long they're going to be in there, the larger you leave them, the slower the extraction of the flavors. Or if they're too small, it just sucks out the flavor right away. You have to just push vegetables. All right. So on a basic mirepoix, the ratio will be always be 2 parts onions, 1 part carrots, 1 part celery. The onion is really nice and has great flavor, and the celery is very strong, so you don't have as much fat there. You can always tell it's too much celery. Same with the carrots. Whenever you're making mirepoix, you want to leave the celery stem leaves out because that actually changes the color of the liquid. You don't want that. You want it nice. All right, so moving on to the chicken. Just like that. So like in the in the description for the video tools this I sent out, I recommended a boning knife. This is just a basic boning knife. You'll see it has some flex to it. This would be used for like chickens and steaks. And the reason why it bends is so when you're cutting against the bone, it goes all the way nice. You can bend it and it cuts better. And like the fish ones are very flexible. But for today, since everybody has a classic chef knife, we're going to be using these. They work just as well. So you're going to want to have your chicken on its back, breast up. We're going to start out by cutting off the wings. So first you want to slice this little part right here. That allows us to see the bones. And if you look right here, you'll be able to see this little white line going from the knuckle in the middle of this V. I want you to cut right in the middle of that. And I slice right through. We're going to repeat this on this side. And if you want to be fancy and show your guests nice traditional French style, you'll take your knife right here at the bottom of this knuckle, cut it, pick up the bird, slowly rotate around. This cuts all the muscles and tendons on the bird. Take the back of your knife and just scrape the bone up. We're gonna flip it back on the back, cut it off in that V, and I missed. Peel this little bit of fat off. We're gonna take off these little white parts, like so. All right. So this is a traditional French chicken breast leg. We're going to take these. So far, we now have the wings for our chicken. So this is what you get if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and whatnot. Sell the rest of the bird. For the legs, for the drumettes, if you spread them out, you'll see right here there is a white fat line. That is what we're going to be cutting across right today. All right, so we're going to take our knife, angle it towards us a little bit, and just slowly cut through. You'll see here, you can see the bones that are going through. Just keep going. Boom. One drum. Nice and pretty. Next, we'll start with this one. Same thing, we're going to follow this line right here. You just cut down. So I have hit the bone. I'm going to go in a little bit. And boom, 2 drumsticks. All nice and ready. So now we're going to take off the breasts and the thighs in one cut. Not both at the same time. That'd be very impressive. First, we're going to take these tail ends right here and just clean that off. We have no use for this unless you're trying to reduce this out and get some chicken fat. So you're not. All right, so you have your, you get it. So when you have your chicken, you're going to want to start up here. You're going to slice down the spine right there. We're just going to keep slowly slicing down, pushing our knife against here. Try to get as much meat as possible. Folding it back. Nice and slow. We'll see in here, inner parts of the ribs. We're going to keep slicing down, pressing against the chicken. Slice this part off until we get to right here. We have the chicken open. We're going to take it, bend it back. We're going to grab the thigh, bend it back. All right. So look up here. You can see that our little drumette that we have right there, that we nice and Frenched, is loose. We're going to cut at that point. I'm going to keep going down. Next, we're going to start right here. You feel there's a bone, and we're going to put the hilt of our knife at the bottom, slice straight down. All right. Now we've gone to this part. Bending it back pops that out of the socket. So lean it up, slide your knife in. One nice cut. And boom. We have a chicken breast and a chicken thigh. Beautiful. So what we're going to do now with this is we're just going to separate them. This is what we're going to be using to cook. I'll trim that little bit of fat off. Make it look nice and pretty. One nice chicken breast with a little drumette. Chicken thigh, bone in. So if you want to do a boneless chicken thigh, what you would do is you take your knife, slide it down the top right here along this fat line to get yourself a bone. Next, with the tip of your knife, lightly go around. Go around the tip with your tip. I slide my knife under. Cut up. That part, go down. Boom. Boneless chicken thighs. Here at Zeppelin, we use that for our chicken skewers and our chicken tacos. Dark meat's always the best. It's always what I love in Thanksgiving. So next, we're going to take our other side. Do the same thing. Start at the feel for the breastplate bone. Cut along that. Beautiful, nice and separated. I'm going to turn my bird around. Keeping it nice and against the bones. All right. Separate that. Come down here. Remember, we're going to pop this out. Boom. All right. Take them down here. One nice big slice. Unless you're me and you need a couple little mini slices, that's fine too. All right. Separate these. And this is what a French chicken breast will look like. It is bare knuckle and a nice, beautiful breast. Take that off. Beautiful. If you did decide to make this a boneless chicken, make sure you save all the bones. Just gonna pop those in there. All right. So now we have 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 legs, and our 2 thighs. If you want to separate the wings, you can move them around. You will see right here is the knuckle point. Slide our knife. Boom. Taking off the wings. Let's get that. Next one. Right there. It's like easier than cutting through butter. So I'm trying to cut through cold butter. All right. Chicken bones into the pot. Wash my hands before I touch the handle because I don't want to. Remember, count to 20. Sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kelly. Kelly. I lost my hands. Nice and sweet. All right.
Can't get me coronavirus.
So we're going to turn our pot up full blast just to get it going. Ideally, when we get it going, you start seeing all the bubbles rising and starting to like simmering. Reduce it down, really low simmer. We're going to let this simmer for about 4 hours. So you'll see it be like all the stuff that's rising to the top. At the end of those 4 hours, just get a cleaner and a strainer, strain or plate. I might just use the plate. Put it against it, drain out all the liquid, and put it in your refrigerator. When you have it's like nice and cold, all the fat's going to rise to the top. You can just get like a spoon or something, but scrape all the top. Yeah, nice. This side. Ready? Yep, good. All right. Everybody good so far? Okay, so next, we're going to get our salad ingredients ready. So I actually found inspiration for this salad in Anthony Bourdain's book. It's called Appetites, and it was kind of like it was the last book that he published, and it's kind of like written for his daughter. It's all his home recipes that he puts in the house. So he has his breakfast section. It has entrees, salads, stocks, and sauces. No desserts though. Anthony Bourdain hated desserts, so no desserts. Just bake cookies. Yeah, I know. I was flipping through the book looking for this recipe to use, and I saw this beet salad, and I thought, oh my god, I love beets. And it has oranges and red onions, so it'd be a perfect input. So I asked Annie to, so that sounds great. Yeah. So for the orange, I have one nice large slice of orange. We're going to slice it into nice thin slices. 1/4 of an inch thick. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Look at that orange. Happy with orange. These are also my favorite things to cook. Here at Zeppelin, we have a beet salad. We pressure cook our beets with star anise, cloves, some white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar, beets, a lot of salt and pepper, and we cook for about 45 minutes and come out so amazing. Like the best beets I've ever had in my life. Changed my perspective. So these are put into the bowl. Next, we break down the onion. So with the onion, we're going to do a julienne. Or basically, we're just going to make matchsticks out of it. Cut off a little bit more. We're going to cut off both ends. and then peel back if you don't want. Perfect. All right, for me to get a nice julienne, how I like to do it, I take out these inner parts that make the cuts look weird, like that. I'll just separate these for convenience sake. So now we have our nice little domes. Nice little domes. So julienne is a 1/4 of an inch cuts. Or it's an 1/8 of an inch. Julienne is an 1/8 of an inch cuts. They're 2 inches wide. And we are going to start slicing. Make sure when you're cutting, when you're slicing things, get that claw motion on. If not, you'll cut off your fingertips like I have so many times. Ah, awesome. Get that claw. Tips back. You can use your knuckles to space out the knife. I've had to learn the hard way of cutting both the tips of my pinkies and my thumbs off. Julienning vegetables, cutting vegetables. Very not pleasant, especially when you have to just take it back up, wrap it, put a little finger caught, and then go back to work. Very not fun. These. All right. Just go for it. Oh. So typically when you cut an onion like this, you get to a point where you get to about here, and then it's kind of awkward coming back. And you just rotate it. Get those nice cuts. That's not what we're doing right now. We want these juliennes. I was close. All right. Do. All right. I see I have about 24 minutes left on these. Perfect. There's plenty of enough time to get all of our stuff ready. So the chicken breast, when we cook it's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes for it to cook internally. We're actually to cook it to a medium rare temperature, or not medium rare, medium well. And that last little bit of cooking up to appropriate chicken temperature is going to be done with butter basting. That'll cook it from both sides. And it's going to be fantastic. Here we go. 1/2 red onion and 1 whole maple orange. Nice. And cut up. Boom. Right, next we're going to separate out these. Let's have some fun. This is our mint. You only need about 12 leaves of this. But since all mine are apparently very small, we go a little bit heavy on it. I actually made this dish past couple days at home with some friends and just myself, and it has been absolutely amazing. I think the beet salad was one of the favorite things I've eaten in a while, especially with lockdown. Rice and beans only gets so far. It's only so tasty for so long. So having some beets and chicken breast is fantastic. Our mints. We are going to tear these up. Just give them a nice rough tear. The oil and everything we put into the bowl will make them nice and soft and small. So usually when you do greens, like you cut lettuce usually when you like cut lettuce and do other greens and leafy greens, it's better to tear them with your fingers than as opposed to cutting them with a knife. Because a knife imparts like the metal ionization on lettuce, and it makes it brown significantly faster. When I worked over at Five Guys, we would have to do cases of lettuce every day, and we couldn't use a knife because it's real fast. We always have to tear it. So it was tearing iceberg lettuce for about an hour. So it was great. You don't get your hands too dirty. Yeah. See how everything's starting to come up? You can see the little bubbles starting to form. We're just about at that simmer point that we want to be at. So I'm going to turn the heat down to super low. Actually, we're going to let that go for 4 hours. Obviously, it's only an hour and 15 minutes long, so we're going to leave it to you guys to on. We're going to take our chicken and start getting it ready to go into the pan. So I'm going to take a little plate here to season the chicken. No. All right. So when you're seasoning chicken breast with the skin on it, when you add salt and pepper, you only want to add only salt on the skin side, no pepper. Pepper's going to make it look kind of freckly, make it look less nice clean sear. And it's similar with fish. Fish, you only want to do salt season or white pepper if you have it. This side, we're going to heavily season that chicken. Add some nice freshly ground pepper. All right. These are ready for and nice and hot, and add a little bit of canola oil into it. Not too much. We just want enough to really coat the bottom of the pan. Too much, and we're basically just kind of pan frying it, which we are not doing. Just on a nice light sear. And we wait until that is nice and smoky. You want to stage a little bit. So one of the things I recommend to have in the toolkit is a split spoon. This is my basic spoon. So at the end, just take the spoon and put some oil onto it. If you don't have a ridiculously large spoon like this, just a nice, normal kitchen spoon that works. That's why I used to the longest time. Works fine. Right. I'm going to take these and Place the chicken into a hot pan. Hold it by the small side, tail side, and place it away from you. Nice and gentle. Beautiful. I made a terrible decision one time to kind of toss it in the pan. I had way too much oil into it, and I burned all of my arm. And it was a very not fun day at work, but it's learning experience. That's the key thing. We're gonna let that go for about a minute on that high heat. That should get it a good enough sear to you guys. All right, let's look at it. Almost there. So people usually think like moving around in the pan is the best way to do it, but I've learned that just putting it in one spot and leaving it and let it do its thing. Let it go. Almost. Not even close. Beautiful mirror plot. Click on our boy. Excellent. See the knife? It's just starting to turn golden. That's exactly what we're looking for because when it's in the oven, it's going to keep cooking. We're going to toss that in here. We will check on the beet. Nice little rotation. So the best way to check beet is to get a little knife. Boom. Little knife. You can get a little knife and just poke it in. These are still very hard. If they were cooked, it would just slip through like a hot knife through butter. And again, we're not spreading that coronavirus anytime soon. 20 seconds. Put it on the clock. Nope, no clock. All right. So, working here at Zeppelin, I have learned a significant amount about how to cook every chef. One of the best things I've learned with how I cook just normally at home is with chicken breast, actually. So with chicken breast, the best way to cook it, or really any chicken in general, is to cook it with the skin side down, nice and hot. You basically leave it there for the entirety of its cooking. You'll put it, if you're on the grill, leave it there. So pretty much cooks all the way up about 90%, and then you flip it over. So with that, all we're going to do is we're not going to flip it over at all. We're just going to let it cook for about 15 minutes. Perfect. 15 minutes. And we're going to start butter basting it. What that's going to do is cook it from the top. It's still going to be steamed from the bottom. When you flip it over, it makes the flesh side kind of hard with the skin.
5%
much less ideal. Sorry about that. Yep. All right. Yeah, it comes out incredibly juicy. It's really nice. I have realized that all the time I overcook chicken, it's always not like super dry. It's really not that flavorful because I always cook it over, or I just don't cook it. I never knew. But now that's been one of the best things I've learned working here is just cook it just about under, and then use base the breast the rest of the way through, or grill it on one side and flip it at the very end for about like 2 minutes, and you get the best sear, the best flavor. Now we have our when we base the chicken, we're going to use some nice thyme. I know, Urban Village, you guys have some amazing gardens at your disposal, which I think is fantastic. I'm working on right now too. So you guys all are no strangers to having nice, fresh ingredients. That's my favorite. So at the house, I grow some thyme. I have rosemary out in the backyard. Just started growing some mint. I have a massive pot with basil in it, but it's all short. Still love it though. And I just planted some onions, potatoes. We have apple trees, and berries. The only real challenge is trying to keep birds to it. Birds will just come down and take everything away. It's awful, I hate it. But when you get it, I'm going to eat. These nice and refrigerated. All right, that's it on that. Very nice. Perfect. See here, it's getting a nice golden color just sitting in the oven. Like that. You want to come over here and look at our rear claw. Our chicken stock. You'll see all of the scum, as it's called, rising to the top. Now, if you have, so if you have the time to do it and you're willing, you can get like a small ladle and just lightly dip it in the side and skim the top of all that yuckiness, because these are all the impurities that are in the chicken stock. All the fats, the oils, the excess meat, all of that is stuff that we do not want. What's the fact? That. Right. So our garlic, you saw me crushing it a little bit earlier. That is just to kind of break the flavors, allow it to breathe. When I'm basting things or putting garlic in a sauce or anything that is don't really need to mix it up, I just choose to crush it. It does fantastic flavors. We've got this. Doing that on its own, the butter will seep in and take all the flavors out. I just like to give it a nice press or toss it into the pan and going to town with the butter. The butter we're going to need is going to be about, I'd say 4 tablespoons for these 4 or 5 tablespoons for these 2 chicken breasts. I like the taste. If you give me a large pan, bigger one. Yay! Thank you. I do because I want to So my 3 favorite things to baste with are garlic, thyme, and rosemary. If I'm basting steaks, if I'm basting chicken or fish, those 3 ingredients are just the most amazing to use inside of basting. Butter, it's unbelievable. That's why I'm growing rosemary and thyme in my house, because I go through it so quickly. I can't really afford just to have it at the store. So if you guys are ever basting things or steaks, that's always the best way to go. And really kind of cheap method of basting steaks. Put it in the oven at all, cook it or in the grill. Put the rosemary and thyme on the steak. Put a nice tablespoon of butter on top. Let's check on the beef. All right. Oh man, that is so much easier. That nice slip into the beets. That's exactly what we want. Make it nice and soft. But I know I have some larger ones in here that I'm going to keep cooking. Let those go for a little bit more. 4 minutes on the clock. Now will be the time to get your nice handy dandy thermometers out. I have a nice little digital one. The any instrument thermometer works just fine. Good way to calibrate the thermometer if you have it is to get a cup full of ice and fill it up with a little bit of water, just enough to put the tip in. Throw it in there, press calibrate. If you have the one that has calibrate button, or just put it in there. It's not, and it will pretty much zero it down to 32. That's where you can adjust your thermometer to put it down to 32. That's absolutely for sure. So every day in culinary school, we have to take our thermometers out, calibrate them, while we're trying to get all of our ingredients ready for the day. This here, this is ready. You know, we've been working with these now about to ruin these ones. Right. These look fantastic. See how they do. Nice. That nice slip into the beet. You want to go horizontal to the top, because that's the way we're going to be cutting it. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to put these beets on the plate. And we need to cool them down a little bit because they're far too hot to handle. I actually made a very bad decision just using my hands. Super hot. All right. Take that plate to our refrigerator. Let that cool down. Cool it down. We're going to peel off all these skins and make that nice and we're going to peel off all the skins, get those off, but it needs to cool down significantly before, or else, burn our fingers. And those tools I mentioned, that would be a good idea. Would be a towel that you don't care about. That always helps with how hot it gets. It makes it a little bit easier because towels have grips on them. They have like a natural grip to take off all the beet skins. So we always have we have a joke here that we use when you cook beets, you use a sacrificial towel. Because once you use that one, it's just done instead. There's no further use of that towel. All right. We're gonna start to get our salad nice and ready. Take our mint leaves, onions. We'll take oranges, get those in there. We're going to do a little dash, a teaspoon's worth of salt, like half a teaspoon, and just pinch pepper. Okay. I'm going to go check on that chicken now. All right. So you can see on the chicken, it's all nice and white over here. That means it's cooked on both sides, but we don't know how cooked it is in the middle. All right, we're going to take our handy dandy thermometer and poke it right up here in the top, the fattest part. I'm getting 150, 132, 141, 150. We're going to put this back in for just about another 2 minutes. Oh, that's hot. Two minutes, just when you're done. That's what we're going for. Just undercooked. We're going to base it the rest of the way. Still a little hot. I want to burn my hands. I have weak fingers when it comes to heat. All my other chefs are just like grab my hot stuff. Like, yeah, no, this isn't that hot. And I'll grab a plate like, oh my god, no, it's way too hot. What are you talking about? Kills me every time. All right. Let's get that out. See that beautiful, beautiful crusty gold color. That is exactly what we want. That looks fantastic. Oh my goodness. Perfect. We're looking for about 150, 145, 150. I think like 150 is what I'm because I made still a little pink around here. And this part's not going to get too dry. We're just give you one pan. All right. Now we're going to take our cloves of garlic. 2%. Plug that in. Garlic. nice heap full of butter. Don't worry, we're not going to eat all this butter. It's just Here, let that butter cook up. Nice and melty. All right. Excellent. We take our handy dandy basting spoon. Get the garlic and whatnot on top of it. Now we're just going to go to town and baste. So keep the heat on underneath your pan. I was going to brown the butter. And if it gets a little too hot, you can always back it away. If you cook with electric or convection, you might not have the same issue I'm having right now with these incredibly hot burners singeing my fingers. But it also feels kind of nice. So I like to do 2 scoops per chicken. I'm going to do this for about 2 to 3 minutes. So what this does is gets that nice garlic and thyme flavor and that buttery goodness into the chicken. And while it's cooking, doing this, all that foam, all that butter, that's exactly what you want. This is going to start browning the butter. Nothing beats that nice brown butter flavor. So your butter will be good to use as long as it's still foamy, like it's nice and bubbly. If it stops being bubbly and it starts kind of like it starts to just turn brown and look like a liquid instead of a nice foamy butter, and that would be time to stop. Or you could add another tablespoon of butter into it. Nice little scoop and flick. That's way too hot. You'll see that the chicken's getting a nice golden color from the milk solids on top, right here. All of that buttery goodness. We're going to check the other side to make sure that the skin is still nice. We're getting a little color on the edges, but it's getting that nice deeper golden color from the milk solids. Oh yeah. On the fuller. We're almost there. 158, 160, 161. So this one will temp up to 165. This one we need to baste a little bit longer. 159, just on the cusp. Basically, 1 more minute, and then we're gonna let these guys rest. You always want to rest your meats, no matter what you're cooking. Unless it's fish, don't rest fish. But chickens, porks, beef, you always want to rest it. Because that, when you're cooking it, the proteins are coagulating, the muscles are tightening up, and that pushes all the liquids out. That's pushing out all the juices. When you rest it, so if you ever have a burger and it's fresh right off the grill, and you bite into it, and all that juice pours out of it, that's everywhere. That's because they don't rest the burgers that good. When you rest it, the meat will start to soften up. It'll allow the liquid to come back into it. It'll become nice and soft. And you get that flavor back. You don't want to quick out juices. It's similar to if you want to cook food faster, you press on it, that squeezes the juices out. Those are all juices you want to keep inside the meat. Let's see what the ingredient monitor has to say. 165. Set this aside in the cool pan. So this butter you have here, with garlic and thyme, and all the chicken solids and whatnot, you can actually save this for a different time. So if you want to cook eggs with some butter, if you want to baste another dish, really anything you want to use the butter for. This is now herbed and flavored butter. It's absolutely excellent. I like to it's the best breakfast the next day. All right. So those are resting. Get our gloves on. Your towels, gloves. I actually use my bare hands and just got them locked out the bread today. You're going to clean those meats. So cool down a little more. Sacrificial towel. I'm just going to peel the skins off. All right. You see why we call it the sacrificial towel? It looks absolutely awful. This one off. Started. Ooh, that was nice. Get that little top off. All right, so peel away at those beets. Get those skins off. In school, they always made us have a little bowl for trash because they didn't want us, going back and forth between a trash can, hovering over a trash can while you're peeling carrots or celery or something. This is a little more sanitary. So I'm always used to having a little trash thing next to me, whether it's even at home, I have like a little bowl or plate. Or, I'm tired. It's the morning time. I just throw stuff in this. But the garbage is supposed to work. I've met so many friends that just say how much they dislike beets. I guess the texture thing, which I get. I used to always hate beets because my first initial thoughts of beets were, the canned beets that your mom gets or your grandma uses, and they're just gross. They taste slimy, dirt. They just taste like dirt. And I never had. It was always like beets added to something else, but you could always taste the beet. But now I've had beets where they're roasted with really nice olive oils, salt and pepper. They have pressure cooked, baked, boiled. I have to say, my two favorite ways, hands down, are baked and pressure cooked. When you bake them, you get that nice roasty flavor on it. But when you have it pressure cooked, it's just it really embeds more flavor, more moisture and whatnot into the beets that you wouldn't get when you bake them. Baking it kind of pushes out the liquid. That's been both my mom and I have never liked beets too much up until recent years. We have some we would have some friends watching or cooking at their house, and they would pretty much force her to eat the beets. And she realized that they are fantastic when cooked correctly. I think it's similar with things like Brussels sprouts. I know people who just absolutely hate Brussels sprouts. It's kind of just the texture of how they cook things. And I truly love beets. So what's fantastic about this salad is it kind of hits all the notes you want to get. You get that nice earthy flavor from the beets. It's nice and refreshing and light. The acidity from the oranges, but it's not too overpowering. You also get that sweetness as well from the oranges. When you do, the mint adds that lightness, and then the red onions will add that bitterness and that crunch that we want. Compared with the soft oranges and beets, the onions are going to have that nice little contrast of texture and a nice flavor, a crunch. I think this is going to be my meal for the entire summer. It's even better with pressure cooked beets because that is bleed water, it's bleed liquid. These towels are soaking wet, purple. It's awful. You make a mess all over the floor. But oh my goodness, is it worth it? Almost done. All right. Peace. pears, beets, peppers, like. All right. Now with my very purple cutting board. Thank you, Reno. Take our beets and cut them into 1/4-inch slices. Quarter inch. All right, so we put our beets into the salad area, the salad bowl, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of canola oil, a little apple cider vinegar, about like a teaspoon and a half, a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, so you give that a nice toss-a-roo. Get all that flavor in. Remember, you want to use flavorless oil or neutral oil because you really want the beets and the oranges to kind of shine through. So give that a nice little toss. Over here. Give that a nice little plating. Put some of those nice red onions on that too. All right. So now that our chicken's been resting for a few minutes, we're gonna bring it over to our cutting board. Excellent. All right, so if you have a sharp knife, you can cut it with the skin side up, so that way it doesn't make the skin, that nice crispy skin, a little bit soggy from the juices that are gonna come out. But if you don't, flip it over skin side down, and that way your knife can cut through it easier. We're gonna start by cutting off this little knuckle. Boom. We're gonna hold our chicken, starting at the tail with a 45-degree angle on the knife, and just nice, long, even slices. Boom. You really want to try to get all of it in one slice. I need to because I just don't have a long knife. All right, flip it over, and look at that beautiful, beautiful chicken breast. All right, let's put our knife underneath it, slide it over down to here. Add that little bone. Voila! We have a roasted chicken breast with a beet and orange salad, all ready for dinner and to impress your friends. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. And it's been Cooking with Chef Iggy. Have a good night.